What's something you do every day with no exceptions? And you cannot mention the gym. You can't mention podcasting. Anything you've mentioned already.
Read.
What are you reading currently?
Actually,
Okay, share with the people.
I'm reading Light of the Stars, Alien Worlds, and the Fate of the Earth. So this is
Give us a give us a 10-second synopsis of what that is.
um I've only gotten a few pages in. I just started this one. Think about the title and just think about trying to give you something. Think about exploration. Like how we are not the only ones. Like
True.
consciously
Mm,
in our universe or however we perceive reality. We're not the only
mm,
ones. The fact that people think or naive to think that we're the only ones upsets me. But it makes me wonder like what gets you to that point. And then I think religion, God Almighty, right?
mm,
I'm like, why does it gotta be that vague though? You don't really know God Almighty. You might feel him inside because it's
mm,
spiritual. And we have that as humans. We have that spiritual, like we can just feel it's, I don't know how to explain it obviously, but
mm,
we feel connected to something.
mm,
And that's essentially what keeps us waking up. It can be instinct, but it could also be something deeper. Um, but this book kind of goes, based off what I've read so far, it goes into depth about the philosophy of how our brains perceive, like, how we're not the only ones, essentially.
mm. If there was ever a topic that would increase my energy like 100-fold in a single moment, that would be a debate because I think
Yeah,
we're on opposite sides for once. Um,
interesting.
I do think that humans are the only intelligence in the universe,
You're
and
weird.
intelligence would have to be defined because if you say a dog is intelligent because it can obey commands,
Hmm.
and you say a dolphin's intelligent because it can obey commands, and then you compare it to a human with an iPhone and an F-22, that intelligence it's not the same. It's proportional, but
Hmm.
I bring food to me via DoorDash. Food is brought to me. Lions have to go chase their food like they always have.
Hmm.
It's not even close how we get food. I'm gonna order food to come to me. The lion's gonna go chase it and kill its food. We're not the same. I removed myself from the food chain and put myself on top.
Hmm.
The lion's still on the food chain, the same place it was 100 years ago.
Hmm.
So it's definitely an interesting debate, especially because I still believe there's extra life that we haven't discovered, and I think that's a different conversation. As far as is there things that we haven't discovered yet, like the ocean is just it's unexplored. Like we're going
Fast.
to space, we're going to other planets. We ain't looked through the ocean yet. There's stuff down there. We just like I always watch those videos of like things caught on camera,
Hmm.
and we still know. Like I love the Loch Ness mysteries. I love like seeing the mermaid looking thing that's deep in the ocean, like this
Siren.
megalodon. You said what?
A siren. That's what
What
they
is
call
that?
it. Or like the mermaid. That's the
Mm-hmm.
equivalent of what we call mermaids. It's called sirens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Mythology. I like mythology too, but that's what they call it. They're called sirens.
Oh, Odysseus and what have you, and ah, yeah, but mythology is a whole. I mean, there's so many topics that we could easily debate for hours on here.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's my personal opinion um, that humans are so different compared to everything else around us
Hmm.
that it will almost be irresponsible to have us walking around with iPhones. I'm like, what else is there? And maybe it's arrogant of us as humans. Maybe it's just arrogant of me to
Hmm.
think that there's nothing more powerful than us because we are it. But I do think that there's other organisms out there that we haven't discovered yet, and we may call them aliens. I mean, that would be a good question for you. Do you believe in aliens or intelligent life that is equivalent to a human?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
I
think they're hiding in the ocean? That's my theory.
don't know. But I wouldn't say they're either really good at hiding.
Right.
Like, we can't fucking, we don't know anything
Mm.
else besides us right now. So, that's what the Hubble telescope's for, though. Like, we're trying to see out there, okay?
Mm.
Trying to
Yeah.
see out there. I think there's too many galaxies It's just from what we see from these images that these telescopes are able to picture. Like,
Mm,
how does that not make you excited? Like, we live on a small ass planet. Yes,
mm,
it's big because it takes us a while to travel places because we don't have enough power for a lot of things. And based off, like, um, I'd say gravity in like our bodies, like, we can't go at a high rate of speed without like depressurization of a lot of
mm,
things.
right.
So, like, if not, we're flinging with it, and that in turn just fucks up you. So
Mm.
it's just like, I think about a lot of factors, and it just upsets me that I'm born in this time. If that makes sense. Like,
I mean, what other time is there? Like, if you go back in history, it gets worse for you.
I don't want to go back. I never said I want to go
Oh,
back.
you trying to go ahead? Look
I'm
at
trying
you,
to go ahead.
iPhone 68.
It won't even be called that anymore.
Yeah,
It'll
it'll probably
probably
be embedded in your
be completely
spine
different.
or something, like something
Yeah,
stupid.
wait, biomechanical.
I mean, my theory, and I'm trying to avoid this tangent, but I mean, it's so juicy of a tangent to go on. Um, the Earth in this position.
Mm-hmm.
It's why I pause at, all right, if there's anything else that's equivalent to a human, and that's why I kind of pause at intelligence. It has to be at least equivalent to us. It can't be below us. Like, it can't be a worm that happens to have an iPhone. We just can't see it because we didn't know they had iPhones. And you mentioned the Hubble telescope. Like, Elon Musk is causing problems for astrologers, mainly because he has stuff flying through the sky.
Satellites.
Like, it's just, that's all over the place. Like, he just has his own little bodies, so impeding, the view.
Yeah.
But the issue that when I think about viewing outer space, first of all, we can't go. Most of us can't go, and the
Mm,
people that do go, seemingly, we can't confirm that they went. We just have videos. Like, I don't know where you're at. I just see a room that I think that's your room. You could be anywhere, and that could be a green screen. That could be a well. You might have the most powerful GPU in the world, and that's a green screen behind you. I can't confirm that. You don't know
yeah,
where I'm at. There's just a video. So
no,
if the only evidence for space is, hey, here's some rocks, and here's some photos and a video, and you say that's the evidence that we went to space, and then all right, there's other galaxies. I'm like, well, that's a theory. If anyone tells me there's multiple galaxies, there's parallel universes, it's a theory.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
We know there are other galaxies. We have seen them.
Do we
Not with our
perceive
own,
them?
no, not with our own eyes. We've never physically seen another fucking galaxy, but we've seen them through images.
I think the word you mean is perceive. We've perceived other galaxies.
No.
We haven't seen them. You just said that.
Galaxies.
If you said we haven't seen galaxies, then that means we've perceived galaxies.
Okay.
Anyway, um, I don't know. I would like to be wrong, but then if I'm right, or if I am wrong, and there are other galaxies and there's stuff watching us from a distance, or we're trying to find them, they're trying to find us. At some point, there's gonna be a reckoning, kind of like Russia and Ukraine, where somebody got to cross the border, and our F-22 is gonna go up there, and it's like we're trying to fight that thing, but we can't fight it, and it's whooping our ass. It's gonna be a rough day. It's kind of like the person that discovers Loch Ness. They probably won't live to tell the story. Whoever finds Megalodon, they probably won't be like, it's gonna be a GoPro that tells the story, not them.
Damn.
Random GoPro washes up on the shore, and oh yeah, whose footage is this? Well, no, it's covered in blood. Well, rest in peace, but thank you for the footage.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. We'll table that debate for now, but
Okay.
I'm highly intrigued by the unknown and what lies therein.